Triple H saved a WWE star from a Vince McMahon burial. Plus, an AEW star was injured at an Indy event. And we've got an update on a sidelined AEW champion. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Two members of the wrestling world who are very adept at using one of these bad boys. One of those being Vince McMahon. Now, are you all right down there?
I've been buried, Tom.
Oh no, that was me, wasn't it?
I'm down on the floor to represent this burial.
You'd stay down there as well.
I feel like Matt Hancock in a pit of snakes.
That's unlikely. Matt Hancock in a pit of Matt Hancocks. Welcome back up.
God, why'd you do that?
Well, didn't like the way that you performed against R-Truth on July the 4th, that's why.
Is that when I tried to knock his hat off and it didn't quite come off too smoothly and I tried to do it again and it was fine and I did some sort of powerbomb and it wasn't a very good one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, you get one shot, so make it count. You may never get this moment again, to quote JLS. So, Gunther is very safe in the hands of Triple H. WrestleVote said the July 4th episode of Raw, which we alluded to there, which saw Gunther have a rather awkward showing against an All-American R-Truth.
It wasn't that bad in the grand scheme of awkward wrestling segments.
In the grand scheme of things, but when you're someone like Vince McMahon who's like this about you anyway, you know when you don't like somebody and they do the tiniest thing, you go, right, that's it, get lost.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah,
it was kind.
I do know that feeling, yeah.
Good, well,
yeah.
I'm still here, mate.
Right.
Well, this led to Vince McMahon souring on Gunther, according to WrestleVote, saying, I know that Vince McMahon just didn't like what he saw on Raw and was over him, legitimately wanted to bury him, go back to NXT, that type of stuff.
Is that a burial? Getting a promotion to NXT 2.0 at the time?
I mean, at that point, it was it not the old Art Attack NXT, the height of? It was, and it was just to kind of a pop up there. And it wouldn't have just been go down to NXT. He'd have lost a couple of times on the way out as well.
I would just need to pause and think about the gimmick he might have been given. Had he been back to NXT 2.0 with the origins potentially of where that Gunther name came from at the start.
Yeah.
Or at the start, if you want to go that way. But give me sport about it more, haven't they, Tom?
They have indeed. And it's good news for Gunther, actually, because according to Give Me Sport, Gunther is going to be around for a long time. He's got real potential as a heel. He's going to be there for 10 to 12 years.
That's oddly specific.
Oddly specific. He's going to open some shows. He's going to close some shows. But he's just going to be a solid match every night. That's what Hunter sees in him right now. Hunter likes him, and he's going to give him a shot. People are starting to understand what he is. And the Clash at the Castle deal with Sheamus helped, because that was the first 5-star match for a WWE show in quite a while from the Meltzer ratings, wasn't it?
Two big men slapping me. It was exactly what it needed to be. And this is Gunther's on quite a tear. The match with Mysterio on SmackDown recently was obviously fantastic. He's just, in terms of like promotions from NXT to the main roster, this is the best one for ages.
Yeah, it really has.
Miles and miles. It's back in 2016 when they would arrive, and then Kevin Owens in 2015 when he would just take out John Cena on his first night, going off a great stretch of matches. We're back to that sort of stuff now, because for a long time it was make a name in NXT, establish a gimmick that gets you sell over, go to the main roster, lose everything, start again, fall away and die.
That is an accurate depiction of how it rolls in WWE. That is not the future of Gunther, though. We are happy to hear.
God.
I'm a bit of an agent of chaos this morning. I quite like it. Let's look at NXT for tonight. Down south slang and all that jazz. Booker T is going to be hosting a contract signing tonight with Wesley and Carmelo Hayes for the NXT North American title. They've got a match coming up the following week. But tonight on NXT, it's a busy night, isn't it?
Yeah, Shawn Michaels will be issuing a statement about NXT Deadline, which is the next premium live event. I think it's on a Saturday, although it could be on a Tuesday. I should have looked that up before coming down to this table.
Or is it the point where all the NXT wrestlers have to hand their homework in?
What would Shawn Michaels have you do as homework?
I think it'd be learn how to skin the cat, metaphorically. Also there'll be a map, and you'd have to follow the map to find your smile.
Fair enough. Like it's 1997 all over again. Indy Share, which will be Veer and his pal Sanga, and I call him Shanky there for some reason. His pal Sanga, they'll be in their first match for over 2 years.
I love their suits.
The look is fantastic. They are
handsome
both
men.
Terrifyingly handsome.
Terrifyingly
when Sanga
handsome.
takes his clothes off in his little wrestling pants and his MMA gloves, there's no finer look in professional wrestling.
They are
He
quite
looks
literally
terrifying.
pretty deadly. deadly.
Yeah. Is that who they're taking on?
No, but they are pretty and they're deadly.
One day, hopefully one day. Mandy Rose, who of course is the NXT Women's Champion, will be defending her championship against Alba Fire in her last women's standing match. And we have Bron Breakker. It's the day, everybody. Bron Breakker will be defending his NXT Championship against Come Tuesday. Come is coming home. Come is winning the big one. Come Tuesday, your new NXT Champion. He's also known as Von Wagner.
Heard someone say Come Tuesday has jumped the shark. I couldn't disagree more. If anything, he's going to win the title.
He jumps over all the sharks. He's like David Hasselhoff and SpongeBob, just like that through the oceans, going wee all over the sharks. Fantastic. Tonight's the night. Bron Breakker's had his go. It's been a fine title reign. In my opinion, he's lost his Steinerness, which is taken a lot away from his gimmick. But now Come Tuesday wears a lovely blazer. He looks fantastic. I'm all for Come Tuesday winning the title. This is the new NXT. This is the future of professional wrestling, and the future is now.
Imagine how long the podcast will be on Friday if Come Tuesday becomes NXT
It's just
champion
been me,
tonight.
Jack and Matthew just coming everywhere. 4 hours of cum. Hey. AEW star has been injured. Tom, who is it?
Oh, this is Abaddon. I'm gutted about this. Now, they've not truly got all the way behind Abaddon. Like Abaddon pops up on Dark and Dark Elevation. I love the gimmick of Abaddon. Brilliant. Was set to face Kid Bandit in Hollywood in December. I don't know if that's happening now because Warriors of Wrestling on Staten Island on the weekend. It was a show in Staten Island where Abaddon went for a Hurricane Rana on Joey Ace, landed badly, and she was rushed to hospital. He reported broken collarbone. And it just is the icing on a rubbish Sunday for Abaddon, who, whilst hasn't been part of AEW as much as we hoped, also had visa issues that stopped a Japan debut taking place as well. It's just been a rough year for such a cool character in Abaddon, and I hope 2023 brings better things.
Yeah, she was used for that one. Was it against Britt Baker, the one random match where she was brought back to be like sort of spooky? Woo! Was it last? It would have been Halloween 2021 sort of time, was it? Or was it this year?
I remember. Yeah. I believe that, and I also have the memory I have of her on AEW TV is against Hikaru Shida, where she starts dribbling blood over the title. I love Abaddon. Great, that is. Be well soon, Abaddon.
Yeah.
Update on Thunder Rosa for you. She was chatting to the Wrestling Perspective about her injury rehab.
I hate Britt. No, she didn't say I'm doing really well, she said. This week we did some good progress. I started running for the first time in 3 months. There's ellipsis there, so I had to do the dramatic pause. So the physical activities are getting a bit bigger, and I'm allowed to do a lot more stuff than before. I'm not allowed to lift yet. I'm not allowed to do a lot of stuff. I'm not allowed to wrestle still, but we're making progress. Just the fact I can actually jog for 7 minutes on and off for me is huge, because I've not been able to do that, and that is wonderful news to hear. Because I don't know about you, Tom, but the sort of interim, not interim, we're back to interim, we're definitely back to interim. We need it sorted out. We need a clean slate. We need a definitive champion to take the women's division forward.
I'm ready for them to get rid of the whole interim nonsense in general. And I feel like that once Thunder's back and we have that match against Toni Storm, we'll be back as we should be. Do you think that Thunder Rosa wins that match against Toni Storm?
I think Jamie Hayter takes the title at Full Gear.
Ooh.
And I think that sets the cat among the pigeons with Britt Baker, who will lose to Saraya. And I think that'll set Britt Baker off on a downward trajectory, which will be hampered even further by Jamie Hayter having the interim title. And then maybe when Thunder Rosa comes back, Hayter can beat her and be the top dog. Britt Baker gets jealous. There's your feud heading into 2023. It writes itself.
That it does. I had a chat last night over Zoom with Lady Frost. Formerly of Impact Wrestling. She asked for her release. She's been granted it. She's a free agent now as Lady Frost. Debut for CMLL over the weekend.
And we will not see that bumhole.
We will not see her bumhole. If you want to know what that means, you can listen on the Cultaholic podcast feed a little later on today. I had a lovely chat with Lady Frost. She's ace. Always nice to chat to Lady Frost. Also, we've got to say thank you, because you know what happened this morning? Did you see what happened this morning on the old subscriber count?
No.
Tickety, 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 tick.
I've not looked at that thing for months.
As of this morning, Cultaholic crossed over 750,000 subscribers.
Blow me down. The road to 1 million is on. Thank you very much, everybody.
Hey, it's your dream. You and your guys' dream. I just jumped on when the money train started rolling.
Yeah, you did. You got in at a good time.
I got in at a good time. We are so blessed to have 750,000 friends that enjoy us on a morning. Thank you very much for doing so. And off we go to 1 million.
Yeah.
See you at 1 million.
Aye, thanks for keeping the lights on, basically. Bloody hell.
We literally wouldn't do it without you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. And we'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.